What is going on, everybody? It is your boy, your man, Toxic Camel 331. Back at it with another video. And today we're continuing our, no, not continuing. We are doing our February 2024 monthly check. And for those who do not know what my monthly check is, it is every single month I do a ranking of all the movies that I saw that month, both new releases and past releases that many people have saw before me and then I haven't seen yet. And I rank them. So yeah. And also after that, I go to my overhaul, which is like new stuff I got this month. And then after that, I will show you pictures on my ceiling as well that I drew and are new to the collection, which I only have one, but yeah, at least I have one, right? But before you get to actual beginning of the video, what's up, guys? Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel, because number one, it's absolutely free. Number two, we're on the road to 700 subscribers. Just 85 away now. Really, how about you, boy, if you did subscribe? Also, if you missed my previous toxic monthly checks I've done in the past, they're going to post on my YouTube channel if you'd like to check that out. But with that, and also do feel free to comment your monthly checks down below, and do as well like the video, because I'll know that you do like my toxic monthly checks, and I'll put the YouTube algorithm recommended video more, and it could let some more people know about the YouTube channel, and then they could join that toxic. But with that being said, guys, let's get right into the list. And I have a total of 11 movies that I saw this month. And, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I saw 5 total new releases this month, which isn't a bad thing to say for February movies, so that's good. And then all the rest are movies that aren't new releases that I didn't see. So coming in at last place in number 11th is, you all know what it is. Do I have to release it? Madame Web. Madame Web is my last place. Now, I said this in my short out of the theater reaction. It might be watchably bad. I don't know. I'd have to watch it again and see. But, yeah, this movie was quite bad. This definitely lived up to the hype saying it was going to be bad. And, yep, it was bad. Acting was pretty much bad all over the place, except for like 2 performances where you can technically see that they're trying. With the guy that plays Uncle Ben, I think he does an okay job. I think he's trying his best. And then also, I think the Sydney Sweeney as one of the Spider Girls did a decent job as well. But otherwise, acting pretty bad. Has some rough CGI during some certain spots. Villain, probably one of the worst comic book villains out there, to be honest with you. And there's so many funny scenes throughout the movie where you can just see him, like, the camera's facing his back, and then you can kind of see his mouth moving, and the dialogue isn't even in sync with his mouth moving at all. It was just like, what? I'm trying to think of any other things. This is apparently its own Sony spin-off universe, so it's not even a part of the Morbius and Venomverse, which is weird. And then it's not even a part of the Toby, Tom, Andrew universe, which apparently originally it was supposed to be a part of the Andrew universe, then got switched around, and then, oh, we're going Tom Holland. No, we should make it its own thing. And also another performance that was kind of decent as well, Emma Roberts. I thought she did pretty well. She's not nearly as great as she was as Jill, not even close, but she tried her best too. So those are the only good things about the movie. Also, there's one part of this movie kind of angered me, and there's this part in the movie where basically Emma Roberts is playing Peter Parker's mother, and she's pregnant, and they play a game of, oh, what's the name of the baby gonna be? Oh, and then every single time they're about to say Peter, then a balloon pops up. A balloon pops or anything. It's just so... Oh my gosh, this movie was bad. The worst movie of the year so far for me. So far. It's not good. Not good. Alright, coming in at number 10, we have Intrusion. And I believe this came out 2021, if not 2022. And it's thrillers that went straight to Netflix. And I would say it's definitely better than Madame Web, but it's still not a good movie. I would say, like, it's meh. It's very meh. There were aspects of the movie that I thought was interesting. However, I saw the twist in this movie coming a mile away. I just knew it was coming. Acting was pretty decent, I guess, but movie wasn't all that great. Some was interesting. The movie wasn't wholly entirely interesting because you knew where the movie was going to go with its plots and stuff. So, Intrusion, meh. If you want to check it out, it's on Netflix. But yeah, I kind of forgot about this movie, to be honest with you. Yeah. It's forgettable too. It's a forgettable thriller compared to all the great thrillers we've had in the past. Alright, now we're going on to number 9, and I would say from 9 to 1, all these are either good, great, or phenomenal. So, I think all these are decent. Definitely I would recommend. So, coming in at number 9, I have Nacho Libre, which I watched for the first time, and as a wrestling fan, I enjoyed it. I thought it was really funny. There's a lot of wrestling moments that kind of got a big, like, a smile from me. Humor was pretty funny. Jack Black's always kind of funny in his movies. Yeah, it's overall just a fun time. You guys all know what Nacho Libre is. I don't need to sell you on it. It's funny. It's fun. It's definitely better than the bottom two that I just mentioned. Coming in at number 8, we have second new release, and the first good new release in this list, and that is Argylle. Argylle was a lot of fun. Star-studded cast, we had John Cena, Dua Lipa, Bryce Dallas Howard, Sam Rockwell, Henry Cavill, trying to think of Samuel L. Jackson, Bryan Cranston. I could go on and on. This has big cast. There was... It's a B movie. It's a B movie. And it knows it's kind of cheesy, and it totally goes with that vibe. Matthew Vaughn knows how to direct his action scenes, even if they're totally goofy. And in this case, this movie goes for it with the goofiness. And it's just a fun time. In negatives-wise, I thought there were a few too many twists in this movie, and I think it's aware of that. It's trying to be as ridiculous as possible with the twists and the logic and stuff. And dialogue sometimes isn't the best, but it fits the movie it's in. And the green screen's not that good either, or CGI. So, Argylle, good. It's not gonna be for everyone, but it's watchably entertaining, and yeah. Coming in at number 7, it's still good, but probably my most disappointing movie of the year so far, Bob Marley, One Love. I still like this movie. It's just, from those trailers alone, they made me think this was going to be, like, amazing Oscar material. And this was one of my most anticipated for this year, and... unfortunately, it didn't really live up to the hype, but there are some massive positives I can give this movie. Kingsley Ben-Adir as Bob Marley, I thought was phenomenal. Definitely deserves an Oscar nomination for his performance in this. Also, his wife, I don't know the actress's name, but she did great as well, and I think she should be nominated because she had a really good performance. The cinematography and directing, pretty solid. As for, and I'm not the biggest, I haven't listened to much of Bob Marley's music when I was going into this movie. I only heard the "Everything's Gonna Be Alright" song, and that's it. But after I saw the movie, I looked up a bunch of like past stuff about Bob Marley, and this doesn't really focus on his life. It mostly focuses on the segment of his life where he basically makes a peace concert, and that's the only thing that they really do, to say the least. But overall, pretty good. But kind of disappointing at the same time, but still good. Coming in at number 6, we have Dune 2021. And the reason why it's not higher is because it does drag it drags like this much in the movie. But otherwise, world building, solid, acting performances, all great. And Denis Villeneuve knows how to direct his sci-fi movies and all sorts of movies. Cinematography was gorgeous. Just, as I said before, kind of dragged. And it has that part 1 formula where it ends and you just go, okay. And it is a little long, so. But Dune 2021, definitely great still. Definitely great. Coming in at number 5, I have Transformers! The Transformers, the movie back in the... What year did it come out? 1986. That is when the movie came out. And that was a little teaser for later for my overhaul. But yeah, I thought this movie was great. I definitely think it's one of the best Transformers movies. Definitely, it took me a little while to see this one, but I eventually watched it. And animation, even though, yes, it is a little bit dated compared to all the amazing animation we've gotten before, it's great for the time. Has one of the most shocking deaths in movie history. I won't say who, just in case if you guys haven't watched it yet, but has one of the most shocking movie deaths. I didn't expect that person to get killed off. And it brings a lot of nostalgia to old school TV shows from that time period, like the Fantastic Four, Spider-Man TV show, etc., etc. A lot of nostalgia for it, so good, really good. Coming in at number 4, the last movie I watched before doing this list, and it is The Walk. And for those who do not know what this is, it is about the man that walked between the 2 towers on a tightrope. And this movie I thought was great. My buddy Zach Milne said this movie was going to be really, really good. That he said he enjoyed it and thought it was great, and then I watched it and I thought it was great as well. Performances all really good in this, especially Joseph Gordon-Levitt, because it's weird with Joseph Gordon-Levitt's performance because he does a French accent, and it takes you like a few minutes to get used to his French accent, but then when it becomes a staple of the movie, and he does a phenomenal job with that. Probably should have won an Oscar or Golden Globe for his performance in that. I thought he was great. All the other acting pretty solid as well. You got James Badge Dale in here in a funny role that I thought he was good in. You also have Ben Kingsley in the mentor role, and I thought he did also phenomenal in this. And overall, it's just a feel. Did I just voice crack? Overall, it is a feel-good movie, and it's kind of a heist movie. Before you get to the actual tightrope walk, I was going, this is kind of a heist movie, and I was just going, wow, really, this happened, and it was all super surprising and stuff. You wouldn't expect that to happen during that time frame, and they did it. It's all, yeah. The Walk. Thumbs up. I recommend this one a lot. I thought it was really surprising. Gotta take a drink of water. And also, I thought the music was good. And also, one negative of the movie I thought was a problem was the CGI, you could definitely tell it was a little bit, but anyways, top 3 people. And coming in at number 3, I have my second favorite movie of the year so far, Lisa Frankenstein. And as a huge Tim Burton fan, I thought this was a great, I don't know if they did it on purpose, but I think they did. It was a great homage to Tim Burton. It has that sort of feel. It kind of has a mixture of, if you added Corpse Bride with Edward Scissorhands, and then that's what the movie you get here. It's there's a great 80s aesthetic to it, and has great 80s and props designs. Catherine Newton is phenomenal in this. This is her best performance yet. Cole Sprouse does really good as the kind of monster in this movie. I think he's funny. There's a bunch of kind of, how do I say this? Interesting humor that made me and my sister kind of laugh. It was pretty funny. Yeah, overall, this movie I thought was really funny. I had a fun time with this, and I recommend this one too, especially if you're a Tim Burton fan. Alright, coming in at number 2. Honestly, these two might be neck and neck. I do not know where to put these. Do I put 1 there, or do I put 2 there? Okay, number 2, I'm putting Carrie. I watched Carrie for the first time. If you guys follow me on Instagram, shameless plug, follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. But I watched Carrie for the first time, and I thought this movie was awesome. I really enjoyed Carrie as a first-time watch. All the performances really good. It might not be for everyone because it takes a while for the movie to sort of unfold. But it is one of the best Stephen King movies. The main performance, I don't know what the actress's name is, but the main performance as Carrie, she was good in here. The mom does a great job as well. And John Travolta's in here too, and he is fun in his role as well when he's super young and stuff. And yeah, the only like minor flaw I have with this really is I wish there was a little bit more gore, but otherwise, Carrie, recommend all day, baby. Alright, now coming in at number 1, this was originally my number 2, but I think I have to put it at number 1, and that is Dune Part 2. And Dune Part 2, best movie of the year, and I have been waiting for a movie to be, like, awesome. And this one was awesome. The creature designs and CGI effects, amazing. Cinematography, again, amazing. The world building is still great and even more better than the first film. All the performances in here, outstanding. Timothée Chalamet as Paul, amazing. Zendaya as, oh my gosh, her character's switching. Her character's getting out of my... Her character name is going out of my brain. Anyway, she does great in here. Austin Butler as Bader Rotha. Oh my goodness. I'll never see him as Elvis again because he's a creepy character in here. And he was awesome as well. Javier Bardem is really funny in here too, as a kind of funny role, which is odd for the movie it's in, but it works. It got a couple laughs out of my theater. I saw the sound design, amazing. I saw this in IMAX, which I'm glad I did, and I saw an early screening on Sunday, so yeah, definitely glad I saw that. Then Josh Brolin in here is great too. Dave Bautista. Just all the performances are great in here. I don't need to sell you on any of them. The fight sequences are great and they're intense, especially in we all saw it in the trailers, but in near the end of the movie when Austin Butler's character and Paul fight, it's definitely intense. And I was originally mixed on the ending, but I was fine with the ending. I thought it was actually a decent way to close it out and leave it off for a third movie. And then also I complained about how for June 2021, the pacing was a little bit, like, it was a little bit slow. This one still has some, like, one slow bit, but it's way more engaging than the first movie, and I could talk about this movie all day if I wanted to be honest with you, but Dune Part 2 is amazing, and this is definitely, you should see this in the biggest screen possible and the biggest sound design, because this was amazing. So, there is my monthly check, guys, and now we move on to my overhaul. And for those who do not know what an overhaul is, well, I already said it earlier, but basically it's my new stuff that I bought or got. So, taking a drink of water. All right. So for my new stuff, I got, this is from my, the family collection. I got Doolittle, which, with this cool slipcover. I think this is overhated, but it's not nearly as good as it should be with the cast, but I thought it was fine. It's not amazing, but I thought it was fine. It's definitely not the best Dr. Doolittle, I'll tell you that much. Then we got Soul Surfer. This is one I've always had in my collection. It's where, based on the true story of Bethany Hamilton. Wow, thank you, people who made the Blu-ray. I can actually tell whose story this is based off of. I cannot speak. This is a true story of Bethany Hamilton, who basically had her arm bitten off in a shark attack, and she wants to still surf because that's one of her passions, and she surfs with one arm. So yeah, it's really great stuff. So Soul Surfer, yeah, I would recommend that one if you haven't seen it. National Treasure, critics hate it, but all audiences love it. National Treasure is a lot of fun, where Nicolas Cage steals the Declaration of Independence. And then the sequel is good too. Both of them are really good. But we do not talk about the TV series, though. If they had Nicolas Cage pop up in the TV series, I would have said, nope, you're fine. But nope, not a single appearance from him. So, yeah. But we do get characters from the movies in there. But, yeah. The old Lego Batman movie, and a goofy fun time. One of the probably one of the best Batman animated movies. This is probably the best out of the Lego universe, if you want to call it that, with the Lego Movie Part 2, Lego Ninjago movie, and this. I think this is definitely the best out of all four. X-Men Days of Future Past, one of the best X-Men movies, and all the younger cast and the older cast work really well together, and there's also fun new additions in here with Quicksilver, played by Evan Peters. He's great in here. And then also Peter Dinklage playing Bolivar Trask is an even better version of Bolivar Trask than we've got from the previous movies. And then finally, the last one from my family cabinet is Star Trek Beyond. So I can close out the J.J. Abrams Star Trek trilogy, which I think the first two are awesome. This one, not so much. I still think it's good, but it's my least favorite out of the three. But I can't wait for Star Trek 4 when they eventually do that. Now we get to the stuff that I bought or I got bought for me. So we'll go stuff that isn't movies, then we'll go, anyways. So right here, I'm turning the camera for you guys. I got a poster of Dune right there, as you guys can see right there. And then I also got a framed photo of a poster from Bob Marley, One Love, as you guys can see right there. So I got two new posters, which is cool. Then I got another Dune thing when I went to go see the movie. I got the Dune popcorn bucket. And then, you put your hand in there and then... Are you serious? You put the popcorn in and then put your hand in and grab the popcorn. Anyways. Yeah. That's all I'll say about that. Then, well, we got a book here where it's the 100 Years of Movie Nightmares, which this has a bunch of like cool horror movie designs. This was I got at Barnes and Noble. There's like all sorts of villains in there, and then I'm not gonna go book by book, but showing like all these and stuff, all the different ones. And so that's that right there. I think. Wait, isn't that the Isn't that from oh, what's that movie called? Oh. The Gate. Isn't that from The Gate? No, that's not from The Gate. It's from something else. Anyways, there's that. And then we got a video game in here, and it is The Walking Dead, the Telltale's definitive series. And the reason I bought this was so I could finish the series, because the original it's still right over there right now, but the original Walking Dead, the Telltale series game I had the last season missing, and it had just the first 3 Clementine seasons and the Walking Dead Michonne season. And I specifically bought this because so I could get the last season, because the last season I've watched people play and it seems phenomenal, and honestly, out of the ones I've seen people play, that is my favorite to watch them play, and it might be my favorite season, I don't know. Yeah, just got it so I can get the final one right there. And then I got 3 4K steelbooks at the same exact time, which we have The Mask of Zorro on 4K steelbook, which Mask of Zorro, I rewatched. I watched it before a long time ago, and I thought it was great, and then I rewatched it again, as you guys can see right there, in this 4K steelbook, and I thought I think it's still great. It's a fun time if you like kind of Western and you like superheroes. This one I would definitely recommend there. So Mask of Zorro, even though there's only one problem with this. There's a little dent right there, but whatever. Then I also got 2 more 4K steelbooks, and these 2 are actually pretty cheap right now. I don't know if they increased in price, but these are about $20 almost, and it is Carrie, and then it is Transformers the movie, which I both watched for the first time, which I talked about earlier. Carrie, yeah, Carrie is great stuff. I really loved Carrie, but not as much as Doom Part 2. But this 4K steelbook is super cool. Look at it. And then the background, and then you open it, and then you got special feature discs in there and stuff. So, yeah, Carrie, go out. This one I would recommend buying, because under $20 for 4K steelbooks? Are you kidding me? That's a great deal. And then the Transformers 4K steelbook, which looks really cool as well. And I saw this a couple of times on Amazon, and I was going like, I should probably buy it now, and just in case if it increases in price, because as you guys know, physical media is slowly dying, so I gotta get as much stuff as I possibly can. So, yeah. But with that being said, that is my overhaul. Now, we just have the picture I have to show on my wall, which, if you guys have been following me on Instagram, you know the picture, but I'll show it anyways. So, transition at Shazam! And it is one of my top 3 or top 5 favorite movies of this year so far, The Beekeeper with Jason Statham. So, yeah. But with that being said, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed my February 2024 monthly check. But before we get sexual ending of the video itself, guys, don't forget to subscribe or renew the channel, because number 1, it's absolutely free, number 2, we're on the road to 700 subscribers, just at 85 away now. It would really help out your boy if you did subscribe. Also, if you missed my previous toxic monthly checks I've done in the past, they're in a playlist on my YouTube channel as well. But with that being said, guys, I'll see y'all next one, everybody. Peace.